A lot of people thought that that was a bear. It's a tree that's half broken off up top. It does kind of look like a bear though on the camera, that's for sure. See how cold those bulbs are? They're barely heating up. Sure wish I had my helper with me. Rose was so good at taking out the ashes, it was awesome. Honestly, all these joints look good. I mean, there's no soft spots in them or anything, so I think we're going to be good to go on that. I'm going to grab some firewood and get this fire started though, because 35 degrees is just way too cold in here. So my first job is going to be getting the cobwebs off of this outhouse. When I was up here with Rose, I noticed that there were some big ones hanging out inside, so I'm going to try to remove some of this and get the inside real clean so that hopefully they'll go away and find a different home. But normally a person probably does this once a year, but I did it in the past and I like super cleaned it, and it does make a difference. So one thing Dad wants to do this weekend is to kind of shuffle this wood and take the wood that's on the inside and get it to the outer row and then repack in the inner. And this will come in handy because once I'm going to move it all out and set it over here, and then we'll blow it all out, get all that tree bark and stuff out, and then we'll restack it in. Oh, it feels great in here. $65. It's warming up. We'll turn her down a little bit more that way. At this point, it's nice and hot. We just got to get it, got to get the walls and everything warmed up, and then it'll be nice and comfy in here. But I'm sure Dad will love coming up here and walking into a nice warm tent. That feels good, I'm sure. We're gonna run over to Grandpa's place with the four-wheeler and grab his trailer so that we can move around some firewood. Alright, so we got quite the mess here. We got a huge pile of firewood and then kind of opened it up in there. So what I'm going to do is go and grab a load of birch from the split pile and start packing it in the back, because once I pack it in the back I can start packing it on the front. And so I'm just going to have to kind of do it all in stages at this point, because I don't want to stack too much wood on the front of the tent. I don't want things to get wonky. So probably the first time ever that you came here and it was warm.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
And made it up. You've been driving all over this morning, huh?
Yeah, I had.
Well, he didn't preach or drill anything.
Most of them don't, but for me, by pre-drilling, I had 14 stacked on top of each other.
Oh, I see.
So all I have to do is drill one sheet,
Yeah.
and
For lunch today, we're having brats, potato salad,
shot two, well, one for sure that was like right by that triple birch out of that one. And I shot one more here, a buck to come walking through here. I got that buck, and the first year I had the ground blind, shot the one over there.
Oh, Never mind. I thought your roof was the camo stuff hanging on the back. That doesn't look bad.
What's that?
That thing looks good. Can you see?
The leaves will be off.
Can you see very far?
Not really.
Really?
I mean, I've shot them way the heck over there. Walking through years ago. Shot one. I come out here at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Sat down. Didn't even get my heavy clothes on. Buck comes out. Shot him.
Huh.
Shot that one a couple years ago that was right here. That was so cold that morning. I'd probably still see that one. Never see the one that come out of the woods over there, or that one. But sometimes they come right through here.
See what this thing looks like. I see you put a can of paint on it.
Yeah. It was in the mud room and I used it as a paint holder. That's a big one.
What is that? Reach the
That's a charger, yeah.
Holy crap.
Wowee. That's about twice the size as the one from the other one. Oh yeah, they normally have plug into the wall, you can plug it into your vehicle, and then you can do solar.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Melissa and I were talking how it'd be good, nice to have a couple solar panels just to charge up
Oh yeah.
batteries or something. Oh, that is a bigger one than. Holy crap! I wonder how long you could run stuff in like. Well, how many watts does this one do?
So this one has 2,000 watt hours.
Okay.
So, like, your phone, let's say your phone charges at 10 watts. You could charge your phone at 10 watts. Every 10 hours would be 100 watts. So you could run it for 200 hours. You could charge your phone or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and then you can lay your phone on here if it has wireless charging.
Cool.
I wonder if my.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see. What do we
So you
got?
gotta turn it on, huh? So these, I think, are the plugins. And you get 6 of them. That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
And then here's your 3 amp, 3 amp. That's for like a fast charge at 60, but you need the USB-C.
Oh, the little USB, yep.
And then this is all your input side. Oh, I guess you got a little 12 volt there too.
Huh.
Oh, it's on the side here. Oh yeah, oh that's the charging side.
Oh, so this is all output, different ones.
Input. That thing's nice.
It is.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. It's at 66%.
Yeah, settings and everything.
Put your phone on there once and see.
I think that this one should. Case.
Did you have to take it out of a case to do it?
I mean, my case has a thing on it.
Oh,
but-
yeah. I mean, I suppose you'd have to turn that on, which I... DC...
Wonder if you're... See, mine you have to turn it on, but I wonder if this one, if you just plugged into it, if it just goes. one's a lot more advanced looking.
DC is on. Yeah. Huh.
Very cool.
That is cool. Okay, so we'll go on high.
Oh, I didn't even lay it out.
Max.
Look at that. 14.
15.
There's the fan kicked on.
Yeah.
Oh, and it kicked off the DC side.
Oh yeah.
So it would run this though for an hour and about 20 minutes, which is, I think, is pretty impressive for the. Oh, yeah, really. This is the fun part of it, I think.
Right. See if we can break it.
It should just
I know,
fall
that's-
out. Oh, almost 2,000 watts, and it took it. Wow.
Well, they're both going.
Right.
It's pulling 19.
That's actually impressive because I think mine, after about 13, it just won't do it.
Yeah, it's just sitting there putting out 19. I mean, okay, let's try this now. What's that for? The fan?
And
Let me try something once. So this now it's doing 19. Let me.
600.
Oh yeah,
That's about right because I was pulling what, 13. I like how that fan kicks on right when it needs it. Turn this on high. Get the coffee maker, that.
something smells. Oh, this is getting hot. I suppose you should shut that. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. 13. So that's still blowing out hot. Is that thing still? That's a little lower
It's
than.
a little lower now, yeah.
Let's see.
That's a lot of stuff, though. Oh wait, I have it on low. That's what
Oh
it is.
yeah.
Yeah, it didn't lag at all.
Huh.
Isn't that weird? How can they do that? But now it's like not even. I suppose the initial drop or something like that is heavy, but once it's hot, it's hot. Hopefully that doesn't pop that glass.
You're right. We better check that
Yeah,
out. Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, that is pretty neat. Yeah, so I don't know where. This one is old. I'd have to ask Melissa if this is one that she brought up. I'm not sure. I mean, it's really old, but I can't see what it is.
Looks like it's been used pretty good though.
Yeah, and it doesn't have a number on here. This is my favorite one, the Griswold. Not sure about this one. Some of these, though, we collect cast iron, so I could have got it at Goodwill. It's hard to say.
That one has a 7 on it.
Does it? Okay.
I don't know what that means, but
That's
Probably
the size
7
of it,
inch.
7-inch, yeah. I don't know if that's the... And Melissa knows what brand that is, too, if it has that on there. And that one I got from my dad. That's for fish fries. This one I'm sure was a Goodwill. And this one... That's a Lodge one. I bet you Melissa bought that because she bought me a cast iron too. But she usually gets the Lodge ones when she buys them. So yeah, but this is the one I usually use, or else fish fries, it's always this one. And then that's for when we make jambalaya.
good. Tea kettle thing. Oh, it's heavy.
Yeah, that's more of a put it on the stove with water in it, a humidifier.
Oh, okay.
You know, you can boil water in it, but that's what that's for. And then the big one down there, Melissa got me that, and that's for, like, you made all that stuff for over the campfire. Now we can make a big old batch of chili in there, or remember when I used to make the smoked chicken for deer hunting all the time? That would be a good thing to put that in there with a little bit of chicken broth and just let it cook for hours. Okay. Remember in a video a while back you said you may build a woodshed where you normally split wood at the tent. Still a thought. It is still a thought. I wish I had time to do that. Things have just been so busy, but it would be so nice, like right next to where we do the wood splitting, to have a shed there and then just split all the wood and it's in there, and then a person could even bring a snow blower in there, could park the six-wheeler in there. It would be really nice. How many birds is your whole duck camp total? What do you think we got? Probably 25 birds?
Yeah. 'Cause I
Remember
got
that.
4. Sarah got 6. I don't remember how many you got.
3 and a goose, but one of them dove, so 2 and a goose. Chris, he got 4, or like 6 or 8. Johan and them got 4, 5, or 6. I don't know. Yeah, we got quite a few. But I remember the one year I have a picture of it. It was the last year my grandpa, your great grandpa, was up there, and I've got a picture of, I don't know if it was a log or if we had the canoe up there right on Chris's side, and we have 40 ducks for that day, and then we're all standing behind the canoe, and a picture was taken.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. Do you have or can we get plans on how the tent was constructed? There is a video. If you go to the videos and type in the tent begins or how it all began, it'll come up.
Yeah, and the picture is like the thumbnail will be it's the white tent front, and you can see the beam, I believe,
Right.
up on top.
There might be a ladder in it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It asks if Zach and I and Sarah go duck hunting other days or weekends, and we haven't now for years. When you guys were little, did you ever go to Fergus?
Just once.
Then I would. I had more time back then, and I remember just sleeping in the back of my truck with the topper, and I remember you weren't up there then, but Emily was the littlest, so I had a piece of plywood that went across, and Emily would be there, and then plywood where Sarah and I slept, and then we would hunt then. I would like to do that again, and we used to do that, but time just hasn't allowed it now. Everything is just so busy. Same question as above. Do you own or lease where the camp is and the land we hunt on? That must be the duck video. No, that's National Forest. It's public land, and it's been public land since my dad started going up there, what was it, 68 years ago? And my grandfather was up before that, so for at least 70 years we camped in that same place. There was my first year we had to camp on the other side of the river. I don't know if it was because somebody was there or what.
I asked Grandpa about that, and he said that it was just him and you and Grandma might have been up that year or something. Had the camp over there because I think one of the family members took like their spot. There wasn't room.
Oh, maybe so, because there was a lot of us up there that first year. Another one, are you any closer to tearing down the tent and building a cabin? Now that the grandkids are getting old, you need a little more room. I'm not yet, but the grandkids are not old enough to be coming up here, a bunch of them at a time. So, which do you enjoy more, Zachary? Going to the tent or going to camping? You seem to like the camping part now.
I do like the camping. Yeah, I like making a camp. The tent is nice too.
That is fun though, making your own camp, clearing everything out, and making it your own. I agree. I always see you keep a log of each cabin visit. I was also curious as to what was the coldest temp you have ever recorded at the tent. I believe I was up here when it was 36 degrees below zero. I think that was the coldest I've been. So I remember it was cold. You had to burn a lot of wood to keep her going, but you're definitely sleeping up front, not in the back bedroom, because it's not going back there.
That kind of ties in with the one person's question about why you don't have a different wood stove.
Oh yeah, yeah. We get that question a lot for the wood stove, but that one works really good. We could put a bigger one in or something that would hold heat longer, but that one there, once the tent heats up, you could have the biggest wood stove that you wanted in here. It gets hot in here fast. It'll be 85 degrees and my feet are still freezing. It just takes a long time to thaw out the walls and warm everything up. And you know, when you're coming from nothing to 20 below and coming in here and heating it up, it just takes a long time. That's why a lot of times the winter trip will end up being a little bit later in the winter, because heating it up from 20 degrees versus 20 below is a big difference in how much wood you're burning and just how much more enjoyable it is. Although I was thinking it would be nice to come up here and do, you see the videos on YouTube, minus 36 in a hot tent. It's like, been there, done that, but, and it's got 1.4 million views, so.
Yeah.
Well, I get this one a lot. Have you ever considered using a camper for duck hunting? And you brought up your camper the one year, didn't you?
One year, yeah.
The little pop-up and stuff. But basically, for the last 70 years, it's been tents. So I have thought about it like for my dad, I could bring up like the work camper, and I mean he would just have all the comforts of home. But then how would that make my dad feel too? Because my dad is all about being, he's been doing it this way forever, and that would mean like he can't do it,
Right.
And when it gets to that point, if he wants to come up there, I can bring a camper in there, no problem. We can just set it up right where his camp is right now. But otherwise, it's always about making your camp, not coming into camp with your camp already done, if that makes any sense.
I think he'd have to be the one to kind of admit that that's something that he wanted.
Right, right. Have we ever had any trouble with vandals or other than wildlife? Never, ever. No. Long-time watcher, first-time inquirer. It's great you guys get to hang out and do so many things you enjoy. My question, do you have a favorite? Not really. I mean, I think what she is saying, this lady's name is Maggie, is that, like, is duck hunting the funnest, or is deer hunting the funnest, or whatever. And they're just different. Because, duck hunting is awesome, but I love to duck hunt. And deer hunting, I love to deer hunt too, but duck hunting is probably the hardest weekend of the year. Setting everything up, getting everything ready. But I don't know if I enjoy any one any more than the other. They're just different things that you do.
Duck hunting's a lot of fun, but it is hard because it could be warm, it could be cold, it could be wet. You have to bring up pretty much everything you got.
Right, you walk in the tent door and the thing is full of wood.
Yeah.
Who cares? It doesn't matter if it's raining, storming, snowing, blizzard. You're fine in here. But when you're duck hunting, yeah, it's a big difference.
Yeah, that's one of those weekends you just have to pack heavy because you just don't know what.
Right, you got to pack so much stuff because you just don't know. This person here said, did you guys buy waterfront property in Louisiana? Yes. Yeah, well, we already covered that. Yeah, we did. So, and we still have it. We sold the house down there, but we kept the property. With the family getting bigger, are you going to put an addition on the tent? I have no plans on doing that. I'd have to look at the first journal. You guys put your hands on there in 07. So I would say that it was probably, and that's in September 8th of 07. I would say that we put up the tent in 2007.
Well, wasn't it? We had the tent up, and it was like, did we put the walls up right away?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's because I remember when we came up and the snow was pushing down, and that's where I was.
Yeah,
like,
but we didn't have we just had a tarp that went. We had no roof over it yet.
That's what it
You
was.
helped me do the roof too.
Yeah.
We just had that blue tarp that was tight here and then separated, and then the next year, yeah, because you're right, it was like
going down.
Yeah, and even the insulation was pushing down into those nails. So yeah.
If you went back, would you imagine that you'd have like all these people that are so diehard about the tent? Like if you go
I
back in
didn't
time,
know.
isn't that crazy?
Right, yeah, YouTube. I don't even think I ever watched it. Was YouTube even around in 2007? I don't even know.
I watched YouTube in 2006 because I was in 6th grade.
Really?
I think it was pretty new at that point.
Oh yeah, yep. Yeah, I would have never. Nope. Just needed a place to go. I mean, we used to deer hunt with Chris, and we would put up the big wall, a tent exactly like this one. But this one is a 16 by 20, and I think that one, yeah, it might have been the same size. I don't know. And we would set it up in different places, and I've talked about that in videos. And then we had kids, time for them to come in here, and then everything just kind of split up there. Because we would hunt where we went duck hunting, we hunted deer there, not in the same place, but that same general area, and then we came up here and hunted, which I've covered in videos before. And then when the kids got old enough, then, I ended up here, and Chris bought property in more middle Minnesota. So this one is asking if you edit your own videos or if I edit them for you. And no, and somebody else said that your editing is getting really good. You edit your own and I edit my own.
Yeah, I think someone else also said that, like, in the past you had edited mine. And maybe for a couple, but I think mainly I always have edited mine.
Right. I mean, there would be, for a while we did the duck hunting video and I would take your footage and my footage, but it's easier. I mean, how much more longer of a video do you want than 2 hours and 22 minutes? I should maybe do a 4-hour video,
When I came up here with Rose, I sat down and edited, and I figured out it took me 9.5 minutes for every minute of footage. I added my time and divided it, and I would like to know on a video like that how many hours you spend editing.
Right, I had over 14 hours duck hunting.
Right.
But Gull Lake, and we went for a walk, and we come back there, and you had ticks on you. You were like in your underwear next to the car.
You had to take a phone call, and I looked down, and I just see ticks everywhere, so I had to get them off. That was crazy.
I was just talking about that with Melissa the other day. He's standing there in his underwear because of wood ticks. We're right next to the highway.
I did not care. Actually, for the next 2 days, I was finding them in the shoelaces and everything.
Were ya?
Yeah.
Remember Sammy the dog? No, you won't. We had her when we bought, your mom and I sold the house in Anoka, the party house mainly, and then bought the house because she was pregnant with Sarah. And we had a dog. I had April, and then she got Sammy, which was a purebred Samoyed, white, long hair, beautiful dog. They were out there and they got into ticks, and she come into the house. There was literally hundreds of wood ticks crawling out of her hair and back in again. Ask your mom about it. There's no way that she will not remember that. There are hundreds of them on her.
You just brush her out, or how do you
I
take
can't
care of
remember
that?
what we did. I have no idea what we did.
Yikes.
But yeah, that was nasty. Do you think you'll ever get a new couch? No way. That one right there is like the tent one.
I had a conversation with Sam because I came up here with Rose, and I said, what would be funny? Swap it out with another one and just get your reaction. I bet you it's like he will flip out.
I would. That thing, when we were working on that one on Gull Lake, that thing was covered in pieces of fiberglass insulation.
Yeah. That thing
Remember
was
that?
gross.
Brought it home, and at that time we lived in the big house still married. I don't know how many times I steam cleaned that thing and vacuumed it and stuff like that. And because it has a little fold out bed in it. No, the couch stays.
Mm-hmm.
How old is Rose now?
3.
Three.
She just turned 3 on the 18th of September.
How many acres do you hunt? Is it leased, owned, a national forest, BLM land? What exactly? I own the tent property, but everything around it and the deer stands are mostly on national forest, and it's 3.9 million acres. So that's how many acres we could hunt if we wanted to. Did you sell your black F350 yet? Nope. Melissa likes to drive that in the winter because it has 4-wheel drive, and she already said that she's ready to start again with today's snow.
There, so that
Yeah, it looks good to me. Sometimes I look at mine, it's like, oh man, you're going to have a translator on.
special occasion. How many women wear these? She was such to lace me up in that.
It's enough now.
She's
Yeah, get that thing going. It's cold in here.
It is cold.
It's like, screw it, I'm gonna come right back and get under the cover.
Yeah, it's cold in here.
But I knew if I fired it up, it would wake you up too, you know. So.
Oh, yeah.